So it's Sensible Simon here. I had a letter from James, which I'm going to read. James is in a relationship with a woman called Diana. And according to James, they're very much in love. But there's a few issues here. The main issue being they're both married. They both have pre-teen children. And he doesn't know what to do. So what's happened is Diana sent him 5 points she thought of, and he sent me 5 points he's come up with. And he comes up with, this is what James says. He says, I love you. He thinks we're soulmates. He has a right to be happy. She makes him smile. And she's a joy every time he's with him. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Diana. Now, this is a totally different way because he's coming from a factual basis. So is she to a degree. This is what Diana says. I promised my husband to give a chance to him and the family. A divorce would be a disaster for the kids. And also, she's saying that James's family and his wife count on him. And she cannot stand the thought of him leaving his family for her so that she can be happy. Interesting. The other thing he says is that both his wife and Diana's husband are aware of the fact that they've been having an affair and have been having an affair for a while, and they both came clean. So, Diana, it's already a mess. It's already a disaster. It's already out of control. To James, of course you feel that way. If you weren't feeling that way, you wouldn't have sent me the email in the first place. So, I'm not a marriage counsellor. I'm not a divorce lawyer. But there's no trust there. There's no trust there on either side. Wherever you go, either of you, your partner's going to be thinking you're with each other. My mother used to say, the dog dies and the kids leave home, what is left? That's okay when the kids are a lot older, but you're talking about children who are pre-teen. They're going to be affected sooner or later. The longer you carry this on, sort of a clandestine love affair, so to speak, the greater the chance of it's going to get worse and worse. So you need to sit down and talk and just be honest about what you really want. Is it love? Is it lust? But the main question is, do you actually like each other? It's easy to love somebody. Very difficult to like somebody. If you like the person, you've got more chance of it surviving. The other thing is, sooner or later, one of you is going to get kicked out. The other partner's going to have enough. I would imagine, my guess would be it's going to be James's wife. And he's going to either end up sleeping on the couch, or he's going to be moving out, and then he'll be just seeing the kids whenever, the arrangement is made between the two of them. Diana, however, seems to have made a commitment to her husband. As much as you don't want to hear this, Diana is still having sex with her husband because she's made the commitment to him. And he's a man and he's going to want to have sex. He may not enjoy it as much as he was before, but he's still going to want to have sex. And she's trying to make everything right with him. So she's having sex with two men. She's having sex with you, James, and she's having sex with her husband. I can guarantee that's a fact. You may just be having sex with Diana wherever you can sneak off to. It might be fun. I think you said you're 42 and she's about 38, 39, so your age gap's right. But you've got two pre-teen children. So you have to decide what you want to do. It's tough. It's a tough decision. Do you have a right to be happy? You brought children into the world. You have a responsibility to children. But sooner or later, you're going to get caught out again. So she can make as many promises to her husband and her family as she wants. But if she's sneaking off having sex to you, she's living a lie. She's living in guilt and she's living in fear. To live in fear is a terrible place to be. Because you're looking over your shoulder all the time. Who's going to know? Who's going to catch out? He's told somebody. I can guarantee James's wife has told everybody. You live in the same town or the same city, you're going to be seen. How much do you want to sneak around? Or how much do you really want to be together? Whatever happens, the kids, at the end of the day, they will be happy. They will be happy. They're probably far better having two parents who are separated than two parents that argue and hate each other. And the hatred will build up the longer you keep this affair. Let's just call it an illicit affair because I can't think of a better word. And hey, a spade's a spade, for Christ's sake. That's the way it is. So you and Diana, James, have some talking to do. You can knock it on the head. You can go about with your lives. You can wait another 10 years till the kids are older. Then you're going to be 10 years older yourself. Or you make some firm decisions of what you want to do. Here's the other thing. Like I said before, James may well move out of the house. Diana will probably more than likely stay with her husband. So James, if you can put up with your lady friend having sex with her husband as well as having sex with you while you're just waiting for her, fair play to you. You're going to be very lonely. You're going to be single. You're going to start getting angry. You're going to resent the fact that she's with her family and you're not with yours. And it might be too late to go back. You need to talk. That's really all I can say. From Diana, she's coming from a place of fear. She's coming from a place of feelings, but she's also been very factual and very practical about the matter. She must love you. She wouldn't be doing what she's doing, but you really need to think about how much do you really like each other. Is the pain you're going to have to go through and the pain you're going to have to suffer and your kids are going to have to suffer for the time being until everything settles down, is it worth doing that? If you two are meant to be together, that's one thing. If it's just lust and it's something that's happening, that's a totally different kettle of fish. For what it's worth, I wish you the best. It's painful, it's hurtful, and there's no real answer to this. You know, the heart wants what the heart wants. And sometimes the gap between the head and the heart is a huge distance. If you can close that gap and think from a practical and logical point of view, you have a better chance of doing the next right thing. And once you do the next right thing, whatever that is to be, you will feel better. You will both feel better. I wish you both the best of luck, and I hope there's not too much hurt and pain.